B Show. It's the Lady B Show. It's the Lady B Show. It's the Lady B Show.
What?
She's intelligent, she's a smart.
Hello. As you all know, I am Lady V. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. Got a lot of things that I want to talk about today on this beautiful Thursday. Woo! Let me tell you, it's been a lot going on, and I know y'all missed me, but y'all know me. When I step away for a little bit, I'm getting me together. I'm taking care of my family. I'm working on the things that I have to do to keep me afloat and also to make my platform a better platform when I come on here to speak my truths. Y'all know that's what I do. But so I definitely wanted to put out there the Meghan and Harry, the interview with Oprah Winfrey. It went down. You know, they told all. You hear me? They expressed themselves and they also spoke their truths. And that's what we do. We speak truths. We want people to know the true meaning of you and who you are and why you fight so hard to be who you are in today's society. It is so hard and so challenging. A lot of people steer away from being who they are because they're afraid to be talked about. They're afraid to, speak their truths. And that's what we need more of. We need people to express themselves. We need people to validate who they are and where they're coming from. And the royalty family has been hidden all these years. You hear me? From Princess Diana to Prince Charles, to her husband, to the death behind Princess Diana, how Queen Elizabeth has held it all together. They never broke their silence until now. And Princess Diana, she was different. They knew she was different. That's why they fought so hard to keep her closed in. But having two sons, one was bound to be different. You can't expect for everybody to come into that royalty family and expect for them to just embrace this life. It's not going to happen. Everybody has their own ways. They're born different. And he was born different to speak his truths. He was born different. And they cannot judge him because he chooses to go somewhere else, meet a lovely lady, and she opens him up in places and ways that he never imagined. And now the world wants to hate, especially UK. They really want to tear them down because, for one, she's mixed. She's an African American. Her mother is black. And she's mixed. And they've had a baby. And they're wanting to talk about the baby's color and the complexion. Why does that even matter? Y'all just mad because somebody finally got up in that royalty family. And y'all don't like it. Y'all don't like it not one bit. Because when Kate Middleton came in, there was no issues. There was no discrepancies. There was no controversy. There was nothing. Everything was picture perfect. But the moment a mixed lady came in and met a prince, it's a problem. Come on now, make it make sense. That don't even make sense that y'all got so much to say about her and her man and her child. For what? And they getting ready to have another one. So why is it such a problem for them to be in love? That's the exact reason why people are afraid to be who they are today, because so many people judge but don't have the right. There's no telling how many people that they could have slept with prior to. You get what I'm saying? And then they want to knock down the next person because of their ways and how they feel. How is that even an issue about this baby's skin color? Y'all mad because she is mixed? She didn't ask to be here. She didn't ask for her heart to fall in love with Prince. He fell in love with her and she accepted. That's simple. How is everybody mad? And then the dude, oh man, I forgot his name. I wrote it down, but the dude on the news channel, something, Welcome to Britain or Good Morning Britain, they were mad. He was mad. I'm talking about he was so mad when somebody else addressed the fact of Meghan that he got up and walked off the show. He was disgusted. But why you mad? You mad because you didn't get a piece of her or what? Because at this point, I've never seen nobody get so angry over something that they chose to indulge in. They're in love. Why are y'all mad? Oh my God. drinking coffee today. But yes, they are really mad because they're in love and they're having children. And Queen Elizabeth, she's upset. Prince Charles, he's finally came out with his truths. And they don't like it. They don't like it one bit. I'm talking about a 3-hour tell-all with Oprah Winfrey. You hear me? And it was for free. They didn't pay a dime, but Oprah, she did bank off of that. I'm talking about like, what, 7 million? 7 million from, what is it? What was it, ABC? Yeah, ABC. $7 million. You hear me? Just for them to get a little piece of that? Oh, wow. I'm talking about Oprah. Girl, you the truth, honey. You are the truth. That is my idol. That's who I look up to, okay? You know, she definitely got them to speak their truths, and they were very comfortable, you know. And like they said, they didn't want to be charged. They wanted to speak their truths freely and free-willed, and that is what it is. And now everybody else want to come out and everybody else want to speak their truths and say that they're lying and this isn't the truth. This is not the way it went. It is the way it went. This man was born into this family. He's not about to tell a lie to please the next or to, you know, to gain recognition. I mean, y'all banned them basically from y'all country, and y'all expected them. They didn't have no support. They didn't have no security. They said that they wasn't entitled to any of that. So therefore they went to the United States, and guess what? They make more money than they probably would being in the royalty family. I'm telling you, they know what they're doing. They getting bank. You hear me? They don't need y'all. God works. And he said, speak your truths. Speak how you feel. Express yourself. Don't hide and don't be hidden on your truths and how you feel in today's society. That is what it's about. Speaking your truth. Saying what makes you feel happy. Speaking on what makes you feel sad. Those are the things that make you be you. If you don't be you, you will continue to live in this deep, dark, hidden place and not being you. And then wonder why you're depressed. Wonder why you're not happy. Wonder why you're not in this place where you need to be. Prime example with Meghan and Harry. There's nothing wrong with them speaking their truths. How can they have so much backlash because they choose to be different? So what? It's a lot of us that had left the nest sooner than what we expected or thought or our family assumed. And people want to judge us. So what? We still did it. So they chose to be different. They decided to come to the United States of America and live a different life. What is so wrong with that? What is the big fuss about? Is it because they're a royalty family? I mean, honestly, I feel like I'm a royalty family as well. Me and my kids, I'm talking about, I feel good. You hear me? So I don't knock them, you know, and I want them to continue to speak their truths. I want them to continue to stand on how they feel. I don't want them to be something that they're not. That woman couldn't even go to the hospital and get the help that she needed because they were afraid that she would be looked at or ridiculed in a way that is not understandable. She was going through stuff. You know, y'all were dictating how her life should be, telling her baby is going to be too dark. Look at his ears. Oh my God. He's going to be dark. It's not going to work. What? I'm glad that y'all got a mixed baby in y'all family. Now what y'all can say? Okay? Because at this point, like I said, you know, they just speaking their truths. Princess Diana tried to speak her truths. She got silenced. I believe they had something to do with her killing. Just me speaking, you know, because it's just random. It's just off the wall how it all took place. And the Queen Elizabeth, come on now, honey. It's time for you to sit on down, honey. You getting old, and it's time to go and sit down. Things have changed. Things cannot still keep operating off the strength of you. It's time to put your little towel in and let them live their life. Like, things are going to change. And then that brings me to Coming to America. Right on into it. Coming to America is exactly how the royalty family has lived for decades. You feel me? So Coming to America was aired the first time in 1988, you know. It's been over 30-something years, 32 years, 34 years since that show that movie came out. And 32 to 34 years later, things will be different. Things will change. And it's a big controversy on how the movie was demonstrated, how the movie was put out there. Oh, they should have did this. They shouldn't have did this. It shouldn't have been that. But do you know that 6,000 Black African Americans came together and they were not fighting. They were not selling drugs. They were not selling pussy. They were not hating on each other. They actually came together on someone else's dream, someone else's vision, and made millions. You hear me? Made millions. And people are still griping and moping and carrying on because they're mad because Eddie Murphy came with a hit again. Why y'all mad? Why y'all can't congratulate that man and all the other people that came together to make his vision come true? Y'all mad like this was a all black cast. Do you hear me? I didn't see any white people. And it was no drama. They all came together and they made it possible. And it was a beautiful movie. It was funny. It was inspirational. It was like, it hit every topic, every aspect of life that you could possibly think of. And it also expressed on how you should be who you are and love who you want to love, no matter where they are, what country, what state they're from. Be you and love who you love. Period. And that's the exact same reason why I wanted to bring that all together with Meghan and Harry and Coming to America, because this is prime example of how you love someone. You can't allow someone else to tell you who you should love and who you should date, who you should have kids with. You know, Eddie Murphy, in the first Coming to America, he went to the United States of America to find love. And he found someone who appreciated him for him and had their own dreams, had their own vision, had their own them. And he wasn't afraid to be different and to go over there and live the way she lived, worked at her father's establishment. And then here it is, 34 to 36 years later, or 32 to 34 years later, boom, they had a son. He had a son out of wedlock. Ooh, you feel me? And they had a baby, and he went back and he got his son, and he took his son in, you know, and he showed his son the right way. People had something to say. Oh, they should have been beefing. The baby mama and the wife, they should have been beefing. She understood, like, hey, that happened before me. I cannot get mad. I accept you. Even you know, she was mad at first about her wearing her dresses and stuff like that. But in the end, she was like, girl, come on, let's have a drink. Let's turn up. Girl, forget all that. I'm family. And that's how it should be. And so many people are putting this movie down. But prime example of why we need to shut up, okay? Shut up and look at the big picture. Look at the big picture. It was a beautiful movie. Family stayed together. The daughter was heated that he went and found a long-lost bastard son and brought him in. But in the end, she still got the position that she wanted. And she learned to accept the fact that, yes, he is a man. But at the same time, we too can carry and hold the throne. We can hold that position. And she still helped him in the end with the lion. You feel me? Putting their thoughts and minds together. And it was a beautiful, I mean, it was heartfelt. It was a beautiful movie. And for it to be talked about like that in a negative way, it just shows how selfish one can be. And at the end of the beginning of the day, Eddie Murphy's son, Eddie Murphy, he found love. And they accepted who he loved. They accepted who he brought into his establishment. It didn't matter that her family was, you know, not royalty and they worked at McDonald's. It didn't matter. None of that matters. And that's the exact same thing that's going on in UK. And with Meghan and Harry. You know, they're mad because what? She's a regular person. She's a regular human being. What? She's black? Because she's mixed? Because her mother is black? So what? You think everybody's going to be in love with a white woman, or everybody's going to be in love with a black man, or everybody's going to be in love with a black woman? No. God sees no difference. Only difference is man and woman. That's the only difference. Man and woman, and that's it. There's no difference. So you can't get mad because people choose to be who they are. That's how we live in our truths. That's who we are. And we can't knock the next because they're choosing to be who they are. And Coming to America and Meghan and Harry are prime examples of why we need to continue to grow as a community, as a nation. You know, and being ridiculed or talked about or judged because you choose to be somewhere else or you choose to love someone differently, that's your business. That's your prerogative. No one can tell you who to love and how to feel and whatever, you know? So I definitely wanted to touch those bases because that is, I mean, I'm talking about that is the biggest thing that's going on right now is Meghan and Harry and how they telling the business and how they, you know, expressing their truths and then coming to America and how they should have been different and it changed drastically. It's not the same. What do y'all thought? It was going to be the exact same way in 1988? No. It's more colors. It's more music. It's, I mean, come on now. They had the sisters, Salt and Pepper and Vogue. They had Wesley Snipes. We haven't seen Wesley Snipes in a long time. And it was beautiful to see him. You know, it was beautiful. Like, I mean, man, it was a beautiful movie. So if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry that I just kind of told a lot of it. But please take the time to get your own point of view of it because it's a beautiful movie. They really came together. They showed out. And it was awesome. It was spectacular. So I'm going to move along. And I'm going to talk about the stemming. It's on its way, okay? Biden is supposed to sign Friday, and the American people are due to get what they're rightfully owed because we've been through a pandemic for almost 1.5 years now, and it's been a struggle. You know, a lot of people try to put people down. Oh, y'all need to get off y'all butts and work. Y'all not doing this. Y'all waiting for a stimulus check to come and woo, 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 woo. Like, a lot of people have been laid off. A lot of people worked all their lives and they deserve this break, this little break to see, you know, what they really want to do, their gift, their passion, their vision, you know, their goals. And I think this time has showed us now that we don't really have to work. We can build our own establishments and have people come in and work for us as well. We don't have to keep putting all this money and effort and time taken away from our children and our families, building up these big billion-dollar establishments, and they don't even want to up the raise to $15 an hour because they're afraid that it might, what? Make someone else come up and eat. That's how I look at it. Like Walmart, that's $1 billion establishment. They have it to pay all of their workers $13.62 an hour, and they still would bring in over billions. You hear me? It wouldn't even affect them. But because people are so money hungry and greedy, they're upset. They're griping about the fact that it has to be raised. How can the American people, how can the poverty people who want to be ahead, don't want to be on food stamps, don't want welfare, don't want Social Security, they want to become self-sufficient. You see what I'm saying? So in order to become self-sufficient, some of these billion-dollar establishments do need to up the raise. They do. Now, I can understand if it's a small business. Okay, you're not making over a certain amount. Then no, you cannot up that money. And they should divide the two. They know which companies is bringing in the buku amount of money. And they know which companies that's not. So divide the two and figure out like, okay, we know Walmart, Targets, Wendy's, McDonald's, places, establishments like that can pay their workers $15 an hour. But places that's lower than that amount, that they're not making billions, yes, okay, you can't up that because then you throw those small businesses out of business. So therefore, you have to look at over here and be like, well, you know what? If we up this to $15 an hour, then they can become more established in life. Less people on welfare. Less mothers struggling because the fathers decided to leave, or because they're on child support, or because whatever, you know what I mean? It just makes a lot of sense. And I know a lot of people are like, dang, where's she going with this? Well, where I'm going with this is I'm one of those mothers that is on welfare. I don't want to be on food stamps. I don't have Section 8. I don't have public housing or anything like that. I've been, pulling it out the mud. But what I'm saying is I don't want to be on food stamps for the rest of my life. I don't want to, have to get Medicaid for the rest of my life. I mean, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. But I want to be one of those ones that's like a billionaire. I want to help other families. I want to help other people grow and prosper and open up their own establishments. But only way that I can do that is if I go work at a job that is paying me above what I need. Because at this time in life, it's hard. Things is raising. Grocery stores. I mean, honestly, I still pay money on food stamps. Y'all think these little food stamps work? By the time the end of the month, by the middle of the month, I didn't have to spend about $150 on food because food has went up so high that I can't take my little $600 in food stamps and cash out like that for real. It really ain't nothing. So therefore, if I have a good paying job, I wouldn't even have to depend on food stamps to feed my babies. You see what I'm saying? And if minimum wage did go up, I would be able to afford more things. I would be able to do more things. It's just, I mean, we can go on and on with this, but I know a lot of people kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say that $15 an hour for those billion-dollar establishments is not going to hurt anyone. And a lot of us, we spending so much of our money on these rappers, these singers, and on hair and nails, and because I do it too, and on shoes and stuff like that. We're blowing these companies up, and they're not willing to put into our communities. We are spending our money, our hard-earned money, on Jordans, on like I said, weaves, nails, on clothes, on these people when we can bring to our own country. We can build these very things ourselves and keep it in the United States of America. But because we are so divided, we do things differently. But don't let me get y'all, to thinking, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get you to thinking. Bringing ideas to the limelight. Getting the world to speak up. Getting us to speak our truths and express how we really feel. And this is how I feel. So don't be mad at me. Be mad at the people who aren't doing anything to change these things that we are up against every day. So I'm going to move along, but Stimmy is on its way, so be thankful. And a lot of people, like I said, want to knock that, but for real, hey, a lot of people really need that because, for example, I know what I'm going to do with mine. I'm definitely going to keep putting it into my business. I'm going to keep building my platform. So eventually one day I have enough bread thrown to the TV station and be like, hey, look, let me get 30 minutes on TV. You feel me? And then after they see the views, and they be like, well, we want her back on. Now I only got to pay half of that. Now I'm expanding. You know what I mean? That's what I want the money for. I don't know about y'all, but I do this to build up my platform and to keep growing. So one day I can hire people over here at my establishment, and guess what? Now we all eating. Then now you can take your money and build your own business and still help me with mine. You feel me? And that's just all it is. We just all want to help each other. I know I do. I don't know about Walmart and all these big establishments that don't want to share, don't want to invest in their people, because I'm telling you, y'all working them 1,900 plus hours every day and y'all building up this platform. But when little Billy gets sick, they're going to be like, you got to go. You are a liability. We can't help you. Now you out of a job and Billy ain't got no insurance to survive. You feel me? Through his sickness. And now you ain't got no job. And now you got to get back out here and apply pressure on a job hunting. And now you're not here with Billy to help him survive. You feel me? And it's just like that. It's just like that of why we are struggling and why we, the black people, need to start coming together to support one another, because they do not care. I can talk about this until I'm blue in the face, so I'm going to move along. I just said that. This is my second time. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the 15-year-old little boy that was found a couple of days ago. The police and the news channel is saying reason why that they did not put out an Amber Alert is because he ran away. And because he knowingly and willingly ran away. And if it was like wintertime and below zero or whatever, and he went out there with no coat, no shoes, then they would put an Amber Alert out, because it would be kind of like dire need to get him off the streets. I didn't understand that. And I don't understand why they took these laws out as far as kids being runaways and being charged for running away. They've made it so easy for these children to run away and own their parents and disrespect their parents, that now kids just get up and walk out the house 3 o'clock in the morning, leave your doors open, and you wake up like, hey kids, and your kids are gone. And then you call the police and you say, hey officer, I need someone to come out as soon as possible. They take forever to come out. And then you put in your report and you say, hey, blase scoop, da 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 da, my child ran away and I need help finding them. Oh, well, technically, we'll search for a couple of hours, but it's really, it's not our job. It's basically up for the kid to come home. Well, what if that kid never comes home? And because you as an officer didn't put an Amber Alert out, now my kid or someone else's kid is dead, found in the water. It's mind-boggling, isn't it? I feel like if your child runs away, it may be not a silver alert, not an Amber Alert. It should be a red alert or a green alert or purple alert. Okay? And then it should be a different type of doot, doot, doot buzz on your phone saying, okay, we have a runaway. If you see this runaway, locate them. You feel me? I don't feel like what they're doing is right. I mean, yes, these kids run away, but a lot of these kids is running away because they don't want to listen to the rules and regulations that's put down in the house. You feel me? And because today's society has changed so terribly that these kids, it's okay to run away and you can't discipline your child. Or if you whoop your child, oh, you're wrong. And every kid doesn't need to get a whooping. Every kid, da, da, da. And then they come with all these statistics and all these different reasons on why and how and you should raise your kid. I've been through it before. That's why I'm speaking on it. But if we have a little help from the justice system, the police force, that probably would have never happened. It probably would have never happened, honestly, because for real, these kids will run away and stay gone for months at a time and be out here doing Lord knows what. And we, the parents, I know I was worried, sick, day in and day out of where my child could be. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I lost so many pounds. I'm telling you, going through my trials and tribulations, I thank God that, me and my child, we have finally got it together. You hear me? I ain't trying to put our business out there, but the business is already out there. I thank God I prayed every day, every night to bring my child home because I was not going to give up. I had people try to bash me. I had people put me down saying, oh, you do this every other week. Okay, she runs away every other week. So what? I want to bring my child home. I'm going to show her that I'm not going to give up on her. So many mothers that other children was running away, they was like, I'm done. I'm not about to chase her. I said, well, I don't know about you, honey, but I'm about to get out there, and I'll look for yours, too. I got enough energy to look for all of ours. But I know one doggone thing. I'm not giving up on my child. I'm not giving up. I don't care how many times that I have to stand outside in this weather and knock at this girl's door and say, I know my daughter is in here. I'm going to do it. So what? She's going to get tired of me. If she want to come out and swing, I'm going to swing too. That's my child, and I love my child. I'm not going to give up on my child. I'm still not going to give up on my kids, period. And neither should you. And I can't tell you how to operate your household, but I can tell you this. When you hold on, God makes a way. He makes a way for you, and he made a way for me. You hear me? He brought all my kids back home. You hear me? And I am thankful for that. So do not give up and don't allow the justice system to tell you that it's okay for your child to just run away and, oh, we'll find him. No, they don't look for your kid. I had some officers that were out there helping me look for my kid. But every time that I would call the police and be like, hey, I found her. Can y'all help me get in this house? Some of the officers would pull up like, look, we cannot keep doing this. Da, 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 da. What do you mean? Well, lock her up then. Charge her. Had you charged her or held her accountable for her actions, she probably wouldn't have kept doing it. But because you didn't charge her, she didn't get held accountable for her actions, she didn't get put on probation, none of this happened, she's going to continue to do it because she's not getting any discipline. I'm the only one that's disciplining her. No help, not from the father's end, not from the justice system end, not from the DCS end, none of that. They tried to take my baby from me saying, oh, it's got to be something going on in the home. What? Structure? Guidance? What y'all not used to seeing in a black family? Better believe it. Oh, you better believe it's going to be discipline, it's going to be structure, it's going to be guidance, ass whoopings and all of that. Because why? Because these kids need it. They need it. Now, not every kid needs it. Not every kid needs to be yelled at. Not every kid needs an ass whooping, but some of these kids do. And a lot of people fail to realize that. Like, every kid, you're right, is not different. But you know the two. When you got a lot of kids like I do, I got 5 of them. I know which kid need that butt whoop. I know which kid need to get yelled at. I know which kid need more hugs. I know which one need to be expressed love more than the other. That's how you learn your children. You know the difference. But some of them, they tough cookies. I was a tough cookie, and she was just like me. She needed a good butt whooping, okay? People wanted to bash me for that. But guess what? She's not running away anymore. She understands that it was tough love, and I showed her love. It wasn't tough love saying, oh, go ahead, run away, be a deadbeat, oh, whatever. No, God had a plan for our family. He's manifesting us. He's showing us that, look, don't give up. Don't be defeated. Don't become stressed and worn out because you have a job to do, and that's to be a mother. And I didn't care how many people judged me, how many people didn't want to share, how many people didn't want to hear me cry on Facebook every day. So what? I still did it. And guess what? Look at me now, today. I'm still thankful, and I'm still pushing for greatness with all of my children. Every last one of them, all 5. And I don't care how many people have something to say. So what? These are my children. I birthed them. And I am thankful for the strength and energy and efforts that I put into my children. Because had I not, I don't know where they would be. I don't know where my child would be. But because I never gave up, and I always pushed and prayed and asked God for more strength, and more strength. Guess what? I have all 5 of my children. And I am thankful for that. I am so thankful for that. I even had a child that was in the system. She about to be 20 in less than a couple of weeks. I still have a part in her life. And people still want to bash me and say I'm this and, oh, woo, 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 woo. Hey, what I was doing at 16 doesn't have anything to do when I'm 36. Big difference. It's over 20 years ago. If you don't change and people don't see the change in you, it's not meant for them to see it. They're a hater of themselves. No, you haven't changed. And that's what it's about, is making a change for yourself and learning to keep going. And that brings me to, with this 15-year-old child, how he ran away and how his family was looking for him. But if the police would have put more effort into looking for this little boy, he would not have been where he was found. So these laws need to be changed. We, the people, need to get up and speak our truths and stand on it. This law needs to be changed back. They need to be charged for running away. They do. They need to be charged. That is a crime. That is a crime. Disobeying your parent, that's in the Bible. Thou shalt not disobey their parent. That's in the Bible. So now, because they see so many parents really cared and pushed forward the effort to look for their child, they took that law out. You basically got to get up and look for your child on your own. And it's sad. It's sad, and it hurts. And it hurts so bad. And I know that the parents of that little boy is so hurt. And my heart goes out to you and your family. I'm praying. And that's what I'm saying. This is the exact reason why I push so hard. You hear me? This reason right here is because I did not want to wake up to that call or to them saying my child was found. My child was found over here. That's why I pushed so hard. Because I did not want to hear that call. I didn't want to see it. I shared her pictures everywhere. I didn't care who had something to say. I did not want to get that call right there. Prime example, because there's people out here willing to kill your children, willing to hurt your children over something you did when you was a child. And they hold that grudge against you, or these other kids that drug your child, or these other kids that beat your child up and do these types of malicious things. This is why I went so hard. And people still don't get it. But it's okay, because it wasn't meant for y'all to get. It was meant for me to get, to keep pushing no matter who had something to say. That simple. That simple. And those laws need to be changed. It does need to be a pink alert or a red alert or a green alert for a child who runs away. Even if y'all don't give them or change the law as in charging these children for running away, at least give them an alert for saying, okay, this child ran away. And see what it is they know that it's so many kids running away. They know if they do that little red or green or purple alert, it'll be so many alerts going off every day. And they don't want to take on that responsibility. That's too much something like work to them. That's why they changed it. They like, well, it's kids running away every day. We can't keep up with that. What? That's your job. You actually got trained to become a police officer to do these types of things. So don't be mad because your work is being overloaded. Continue to do your work. Get out there and find these kids. Help us be self-sufficient parents as well. Y'all want us to give y'all clues in the crime world. So therefore, we want help finding our children when they run away and disobey us. You have some officers, I'm telling you, it's about 5 good officers out of all those officers that actually cared. 5, you hear me? 5 of them that actually cared. And was like, Miss McKissick, I thank you for your effort and your workからman, a lot of these mothers, they've completely given up. They just let their kids just do whatever. But you almost call us every day. If you ain't griping or moping or being at us, you definitely kept us on our toes. Then you have some officers that come in like, quit, right now, you look like the woman who keeps crying for Wolf. Huh? I'm crying for Wolf because my child is running away and because I call y'all and tell y'all to do y'all job and make the report like I'm supposed to. And had I not made a report and then my child is found, then I'm ridiculed, I'm looked down on, I'm this, I'm that. But because I'm doing the right things, I'm wrong. I'm the woman who's crying for Wolf. I had officers be like, you're not, she's probably running away because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Like, huh? I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a mother because my child is wanting to be disobedient? Or, huh? I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a mother because I'm being a mother? I had another officer yell at the officer like, how could you ever say anything like that? We're standing in the middle of a parking lot, freezing cold, and she's out here calling us for help, and you have the audacity to say these types of things to her? They was almost getting ready to go at it. But because I never gave up, I never was defeated, this is why I'm in the position where I am today, and I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be a voice for my people, a voice for my community, a voice for the youth, because they need us. They need us the most. They need us now. And then I'm gonna get off this subject and I'm gonna talk about these children, how we as parents, we started having kids at a very young age. So a lot of these parents are out here partying and smoking and drinking and kicking it with their kids. And then they wonder why their kids don't listen. Then they wonder why their children don't want to follow rules. Well, for one, you don't party with your children. For two, these are not your friends. These are your children. If you sitting out here smoking with your kids, drinking with your kids, expect for them to go down this rugged path. If you out here allowing your kids to just dress any type of way, wearing belly shirts, carry themselves like whatever on Instagram, turned up, throwing up bottles, douce, smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, you allowing this? Then expect for your child to be the next person behind bars for murder or out here taking lives because you are out here allowing these types of things. We parents need to tighten up. This is not how it's put out there. And no, there's no book or guidance book on how to raise a child. But it's common sense. If you want your children to grow up to be something, you have to put pressure. You have to keep installing into them. This is not how they're supposed to carry themselves. No, you should not be out here drinking and smoking. No, you shouldn't be out here wearing your pants all the way down to your damn ankles. No, you shouldn't be cocking your hat to the left or right. No, you shouldn't be out here gang banging. No, you shouldn't be out here smoking cigarettes at no 12 or 13 years old. No, you shouldn't be out here carrying no gun. No, you shouldn't be out here selling weed and selling dope. So don't get mad when your child grows up to be this demonic individual because you're allowing it. It starts within the home. And if you're okay with your kid out here cussing and showboating and carrying on, then that's even more reason why you should be put away. Now, I understand that some parents' kids, they just, like I said, I was one of them. They just wander off. But you still have to continue to apply pressure. I don't care how old they are or whatever the case might be. You still have to apply pressure. You still have to be in their ear. That's why I don't understand why a lot of people be all mad. Oh, you can't tell my kid what to do. Oh, this and that and woo, 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 woo. Why can't I? If I see your son out here tearing up in these streets and I know his mama, boy, if you don't get it together, I'm about to call your mama right now. I might not even know your mama, but I'm about to call your mama. Boy, don't I know your mama? What's your mama name? Because that's how we do as a village. We help others' children. We don't got to put our hands on other people's kids. We don't. We don't. We do not. But if you see my kids out here carrying themselves like who did it and what for, please critique them. They might get a little jazzy, but if they know that it could get back to me, they'll be like, all right, yes, ma'am. Okay. But if you out there and you like, look, now you know your mama will not approve of you carrying yourself the way you are. It speaks volume. Structure. Because I know my kids have been out there rugged. I'm talking about carrying on, hooping and hollering. And yeah. And I've been upset at some parents because how they approach their children, yes. But if you out there and you know you doing this out the kindness of your heart, man, look, check. Hey, y'all better get it together. I'm telling your mama. Yeah. Because I'm telling your kids, hey, you know your mama would not condone you to be doing this. I don't even know who their mama is. But you know your mama would not approve of that. I ain't had kids try to tell me, my mama don't care. My mama do it with us. What? These kids do not be lying. You know kids is the most truthful kids there is. For real. So I'm just saying, all I'm saying is if you see someone's child out there carrying themselves unladylike or unmanly-like, speak up. No, you do not got to be like, be this and be that, or I'm about to come over there and bust you upside your head. No, you don't. But to just simply tell another child, like, look, now you know your mama would not approve of you cussing out here like that. Boy, get it together. Girl, get it together. Fix yourself. Pull your shirt down. Pull your pants up. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with that. And it shouldn't no parent get mad because they out here trying to help the next parent's child carry themselves with respect or class. That's just life. That's how it's supposed to be. How can we get ahead if we're not helping each other get ahead? You know, these kids are our generation. And if we don't start guiding our children now and start putting more structure into our children, then they will grow up and we wonder why we back in slavery. Because they don't know nothing. We're not putting no knowledge into our children. We're not expressing love into our households anymore like how we used to. I'm telling you, they know the people up there. They know what they doing. They know that we've slacked terribly. And today's society of kids have completely ran off the road. And they're getting to the point now where they ain't gonna have us. Everybody think it's okay to, have sex changes and date girls and date boys and do things that we're not supposed to. No. That's not how it's supposed to be. That is not how it's supposed to be. That is not how it's supposed to be. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. But because people have displayed this as normal, people are growing up thinking that it's normal. If you were born a man, you are supposed to be a man. If you were born a woman, you are supposed to be a woman. You are not supposed to alter who you are. And God said that. You don't have a choice to get to pick who you are. God put you of who you are for a reason. If he wanted you to do something for the world, you were supposed to do it as manly-like, as womanly-like. Not supposed to alter yourself. And then there's a lot of these parents that's out here allowing these young children that ain't even never had a taste of coochie or Peter alter their sex life. No. Now, if you decide to do that when you get older and you got your own money and you decide to do it, that's on you. But anything under the age of 18 in my household, no, this ain't how it's going. This ain't how it's going. I don't care. So, I mean, I could be ridiculed or backlash for this, but it's the truth. and I am speaking my truth, and I don't care who don't like it, who decides to put me down. So what? This is my truth, and I am not supposed to just chime in and enjoy everything that's around me. I'm not. And I don't approve of the things that's going on around us in today's society. And then we wonder why our kids are growing up the way they are. Because we're not speaking our truths. We're not expressing how we really feel. We're not speaking up on the things that are changing right in front of our face. That's not supposed to be happening. And a lot of people feel like, oh, well, you know, that's them. No, you are supposed to speak your truths. You are supposed to let it be known. Because if you don't, you need to be held just like the rest for allowing it, for not speaking up on how you feel. You're part of the problem. You're not expressing, you're not speaking on, because these things aren't normal. These things aren't right. You're not supposed to be able to marry the same sex. You're not. And I'm not going to sit here and portray like I'm one of the ones that's just cool with it. No, that's just like the transgender. He just beat a world record for the women. Like, I mean, he made the record go up higher. Like, now that makes a real woman who worked so hard to get the record set at where it's at. Now this nigga, he come in with his mighty strength and makes it higher. Now we got to go out and take steroids for real to get this record high. That's not fair. If you're going to do that, give them their own sport, their own records. Don't make us have to go higher on something that we already fought to change. And now we got to fight or triple ourselves, pull muscles to defeat this record when it was really a man who defeated it. And because he decided to become a woman, now he get an opportunity to play this sport and beat us at our own record. No, that's not fair. No, it's not fair. I don't care who has something to say. But had that been me, I'd have been mad. That's not fair. If anything, they should have their own sport. That's simple. I mean, that's just like, I read this story where this lady was going to try on her wedding dress. And it was this guy, he transformed himself into a woman. I don't know if he had completely had the whole, shebang. But, she went in, and, she's like, oh my God, she didn't know. It ain't like nowadays you can really tell if it's a man or a woman. You just know that this is a woman. I mean, I don't have time. I'm about to put on my wedding dress. She goes in there, she puts on her wedding dress, and he's there watching her, change and everything, and switched into 3-4 different dresses, and he's seeing her body and seeing, how she looks and everything. And it's like, come to find out, he's a whole man. She was disgusted. She was so disgusted. Not saying disgusted as ew, but disgusted as, I've never exposed my body in front of another man. This is for my husband. This is for my to-be husband. And now I've opened myself up and been looked at. Who knows how this person could have been looking at her. And now she didn't even want to buy the dress. She didn't even go back. And her husband came into the establishment and they gave them bad reviews and went to corporate. And they felt like they sued them. It's not right. Like, at least give us the, the heads up. Like, hey, is it okay if I come in there? Because, I used to be whatever, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Give us an option to say if we're okay with that. Because that person, she was not okay with that. Actually, she was really disgusted with that. And I would have been too, especially if I'm getting dressed in front of a man. No, you still have a man's mentality. So therefore, you could be looking at me like, dang, look at her ass. Oh, dang, because you still gonna look. You still gonna look. I don't care. You still gonna look. If I'm a woman, I transfer into a man. I'm still gonna look at other niggas like, shoot, he fine as hell. Even though I'm still a woman. I'm still a woman up here, in here. I'm still a woman. So I felt like, that was kind of like, ew. That was just wrong. I feel different. Everybody feel different. Everybody have their own opinions, and I have mine. So I know that people are going to get under here and comment and say how they feel and speak how they feel. Go right ahead. Because, you know, I'm going to come on there and I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, woo, woo, yeah. Ain't going to be no arguing. It's just going to be a great debate. And that's what it's about. I'm here to have the great debate. Okay? So, and I mean, I'm about to wrap things up. But before I wrap things up, I definitely wanted to, you know, put out there Justice for 3. I'm still praying for y'all and y'all families. You know, I'm still rooting for Jalen Rice. You know, I'm still rooting for you and Poole all the way through 100%. You know, with the rehabilitation, you know, all of that. I'm praying for you and your family. I'm praying for the other 2 boys' family as well. Marlon Davis, Latoya, I'm praying for you. I understand that it's definitely, it's hard every day. You know, Tara, I'm praying for you. Michael Middlebrook, I'm praying for your family, and I'm hoping justice be served on the fact of that the white dude, the hate crime. You know, and all the other mothers who are hurting, you know, waking up every day in life. I just, you know, I couldn't imagine, you know, I can only imagine, but I couldn't imagine that happening, you know, and my heart goes out to you guys. And, you know, my nigga Ty, I know you looking down on me like she doing her thing, you feel me? Because that's who is on my intro. You know, she believed in me, and I will forever keep that intro. I will never change it. I will never put it in a different way. I will never alter anything. I will always keep it that way. And, you know, Granny Pat, I love you. I just definitely wanted to put that out there. And I just want to let you all know that, man, keep believing in yourself. Keep fighting for what you know. Keep speaking your truth. Keep speaking up for your children. Keep pushing. Keep achieving your goals and aiming high. There's nothing too high for you to grab at it. Keep pushing, man, and keep standing up for yourself in your community. And let's keep coming together. Like I said, Dalen Banks, he made my backdrop for me. Isaiah's Ideas, she created my shirt. Golden Creations, she created my cup. Chinica Walker, keep pushing, baby. I see you. Adam Sweets is on deck. Sisters Creation, keep pushing out that food. It's a beautiful thing. Tootie's Kitchen, keep going, keep pushing. I see you. I just want to, you know, keep Leona for the logos. I want to keep putting my people out there that's Black-owned businesses that's striving for success every day. I try to give as many shout-outs that I can. Wax Tracks, I thank you for my intro. I thank you for the demonstration we about to put together. You know, anybody that's out here living for their dreams and wake up every day and want to do something different, keep pushing, man. Keep thriving. Keep doing you. And I wanted to show y'all something that, like, this is how I did so good today. Y'all see it? That's all what I talked about today. So I change it every day. And I'm going to get me a screen. I'm going to upgrade. But I'm going to upgrade. And every day I'm going to come with something different and new. Hey, y'all might even see a projector up there where I can do the click button, and I can have a different phone going live. Man, it's gonna be cold. I'm gonna get it all together. You know, I do this every day by myself. I come up with new ideas. I research YouTube. I do all the things that I gotta do to apply pressure for myself, you know, because like I said, I've grown so much, and I've learned so many different avenues. Like, I got my ring light down on me. I got a ring light over here. You feel me? Like, a sister got it going on. I'm so thankful. I got a laptop. I got my microphones. You feel me? Like, I'm getting it together. You hear me? Hey, it's only a amount of time before you see me on TV. And Tuki, I appreciate you, man. Hey, you gave that great shout out. Like, literally, I was going through my trials and tribulations last night. I was kind of hurt, and you brought tears to my eyes because I didn't expect that shout out. And I appreciate things like that because, you know, it is a struggle when you're doing everything on your own and you raising your children. And, you know, I'm not actually doing it on my own. I'm doing it with the Lord's, you know, will and his strength that he gives me. But just not having, you know, a supportive you know, family or mother or father or, you know, brothers and sisters that's there for me. You know, I do this every day on my own, and it's a struggle. It's a struggle every day, you know, but every day I get up and I do it. And a lot of people, they don't know my background, you know, and, you know, I got 2 brothers that's in the penitentiary, and they're going to be there for the rest of their lives. You feel me? And I don't know, you know, like, all I know is to keep going, and I want to be able to hold them down, you know, while they away. You feel me? And my mom, she battling the things that she battling. You feel me? And my father, he left when I was at a very young age, you know, but I still chase for greatness, you know, and I still push for success, and I still chase greatness because that's what I have to do. It's just me. It's just me and my babies, and God has blessed me to have my own family. You feel me? So I want to install all those great things into them. I don't have, you know, like, I got aunts and uncles, but I wasn't raised with them, so they don't know me like, you know, like how a lot of these family members out here know. I was given up for adoption at a very young age, so a lot of the things that, you know, a lot of people get to do and see their family, I don't get that. You feel me? I don't get to visit, you know, Pop's family like that, or my mom's family like that. You know, anything that I've applied pressure on, that's because I've applied pressure for myself. So, you know, I'm not trying to put nobody down. I'm just trying to give y'all a little bit about me and why I go so hard, you know, for me and my family, because God has blessed me tremendously to be here today to speak my truths and to speak the things that I speak on every day. And I'm just thankful. I'm just so thankful to be here and to have the support that I do have, that from people that don't even know me. I have more support from people that don't know me from a can of paint, from the people that watch me grow from nothing to something. You feel me? And it be like that, but it's okay, because you know why? Because I care about me. I care where I'm going. And that's what matters. I'm not looking for a pat on the back or I'm proud of you. It feel good, don't get me wrong. So when people say, oh, I ain't looking for I'm proud of you, or I ain't looking for somebody to, you know, every now and then do feel good for people to see your dedication and to see how hard you go every day to become successful. You feel me? So I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the great feedback, the negative feedback, the haters, the motivators, you know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. But again, you know, keep supporting me. Keep believing in me, because I believe in myself. I thank you all for tuning in every day. And days that I'm not doing this, I'm writing and I'm brainstorming ways to approach my people. Like I shared from 2015 videos that I did in the beginning, you know, and my business cards in the beginning, and how today I've grown so much that I'm just thankful, you know. I'm just so thankful, and that's how you grow. And I'm so thankful for Facebook, because people are able to see where I came from. You feel me? I was on there ratchet, cussing people out, drinking, turning up bottles, you know what I mean? Going to 26 days clean and sober, no weed, no marijuana. 13 and a half years clean and drug free off of crack cocaine. You know, a lot of people be like, what? Yeah. I'm thankful. You feel me? So, and I'm doing this all on my own. I'm not doing this because I'm forced to be drug free. I'm doing this because I want to do it, you know. I'm not on no probation or anything like that. You know, I do this because I want to chase greatness. And I'm about to get out of here, and I love y'all. Peace. I'm Lady V. Thanks for taking the time to tune in.